Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Sheila, you there? Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you. Let me see. Are you on Facebook as well?
Not really.
Okay, okay. So our people on Facebook may not be able to benefit from today's conversation.
Oh, can you
Huh?
see me?
I can't see you. It's still no, I can't see you. I'm not seeing you yet. I can see my sis, Winnie. Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. I think I'm gonna stop the um, Facebook and maybe restart. Who is here with me on Facebook? Hmm, this Facebook of a thing. Hello, everyone. Something. Okay, Sheila, you. Oh, I see you. I see you. Thank you for coming.
Unfortunately, I can't see you yet. I don't know what's happening from my end.
Oh, you can't see me? Oh. What is going on with this? Okay, I think we should start, right?
All right, no problem.
Yeah. So, our today's virtual topic, we say having a compulsory conversation with the one. Hello, people on Instagram, people on Facebook. So the one, and the question is gonna be, who is the one? All right. So my name is Gracious Esther, and I am a family health and relationship coach. Like I always tell us that this page is all about promoting family health and relationship. I use my page to promote family health, relationship, marriage, and encouraging the singles, right? And today is for the singles, having that difficult conversation with the one. And I ask, who is the one? So, and we know that for a healthy and long-lasting relationship within the family, we have to make that good decision, that good choice, right? Because it's a lifelong choice. Our choice of staying happily forever depends on who we choose, right? So that is the purpose of today's conversation, having that compulsory conversation with the one, especially when you are choosing that person you are going to start your entire life with. Like I said before, it's a lifelong journey. Who are you going to choose? Who is the person you're going to choose? What is your choice, right? And remember, family is under attack. Marriages are under attack. The devil is all over the world. The devil is on everywhere all over the world and looking for our youth to destroy, young children to destroy, families to destroy, and the attack is always on marriages. Right? The attack is always on marriages. They are trying to disjoint the family, the husband and the wife, for them to get the children, right? And like we know that in every let me not go there. So like I'm saying, the society is always out there portraying the negativity of marriage, negativity of family relationship, right? You will see they're always portraying that. You will see couples that are happy, doing well, showing their lovey dovey all over the internet, and you will see people bullying them. People bully them to shut up. People bully them to, oh, what are you doing? You don't show your love. Don't bring your family issue. Don't you are pretending. So many, they are being fake. They are called so many names, right? They bully them to keep quiet as long as it's not toxicity, as long as it's not divorce or family drama, right? Once it's not that family drama, anybody that is portraying family, relationship, marriage, you will see like 5 comments, few likes, but if it's drama, husband and wife having divorce stories, you will see millions of views and all those things. But that's notwithstanding, we're not going to get discouraged, right? We'll still preaching. I know that people watch, people see, and people understand and always practice what we preach, right? So family health and relationship. So in choosing the one, are you going to be the one too? That's the question. If you want to choose the one, right, you are looking for that person, the list you made for yourself, I always say ensure that you are 80% of that list that you made for yourself. Make sure you are 80% of that list that you made for yourself. You can't be a mean person and you want a kind partner. It doesn't work like that. You can't be a disrespectful person and you want a respectable partner, right? You can't have a pot belly as a man and your wife is also big or on the chubby side. You want her to slim down when you are big yourself. You practice what you preach, right? So if you are making that list for yourself, that's the one. The question is now the one. Who is the one? Are you the one? When you are looking for the one, are you the one? Right? So like I said, you can't be a mean person and you want somebody that is kind and compassionate. No, you have to be like 80% of what you practice. So right now, I have a very dearly friend of mine here with us, and she's gonna share her experience with us. Her name is Sheila Joseph. She's a very good friend of mine. She's a security manager, a professional security manager with 5 years working experience. And she has worked with government agencies, communities, and non-governmental organizations in security, governance, and protection of human rights, right? And she has her NGO right now. She established an organization to reach out to vulnerable groups and communities with challenges. She's an advocate of girl child, right? Advocate of girl child, protection of girl child, right? And she's a mentor, she's a coach. All right, so Sheila, I'm gonna give you are our special guest today. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you for coming. All right, thank you so much, and the floor is yours. Give us your.
All right, thank you so much, my sister Esther, for this opportunity. Sorry to our audience. I'm having a little network challenge from my end, but just bear with me. Firstly, I would like to appreciate you to be here today to talk to your audience. And then secondly, for initiating this conversation is really needed, especially in this festive period where a lot of singles are actually anticipating the Christmas period, because this is a period where a lot of people get entangled, get compromised, and form relationships, sometimes positive, sometimes unhealthy relationships. So I would love to appreciate you for that. So let's go into the conversation of today. A compulsory conversation with the one. To maintain relationship, because the foundation of those relationships were not made properly. A lot of relationships were built on lies, pretense, a lot of circumstances. The society and our generation right now has devalued love, and somehow they are trying to change what love means, which brings us back to why people find it hard to maintain relationships. As singles, you meet a girl or a man and you want to start a relationship. You just look at the outward appearance, what he has, what she has, all those frivolities. Even though it matters, the looks, the appearances, the words, the network, it matters that you should look beyond that. But you find out that singles just jump into relationships, and what they do day in, day out is just talk about sex, talk about shopping, talk about dealing, outings, parties. That's just what the relationship is mostly centered on. Okay, as a young lady, I can offer my body to you. In return, you give me money. Eventually, you will get tired of doing those things. As a young lady, you will get tired, or probably he might get tired of you, or move to the next person, because there's no society.
Like Sheila said, we have to be sincere. We have to talk about everything. That is a very huge stage for communication. Communication is very important in that talking stage. In that so communication is very key in that talking stage, right? Communication is very key. Like I asked in the beginning of the live, who is the one? Who is the one? You are looking for the one, right? All of us want to get married. Everybody wants to get married. We know that people say marriage is scam, marriage is this, marriage is overrated, marriage has done this, but everybody still wants to get married. And I believe that nobody wants to get married to get divorced tomorrow. Everybody wants to get married and remain married. But one thing or the other might have happened, and something happened and you guys got separated, or something, you got divorced, right? But in all sincerity, everybody wants to stay married. Everybody wants to get married, because we believe that marriage is a very big achievement. Yeah, marriage is an achievement. Coming together as family is an achievement, let me put it that way, because from marriage you see family is a big achievement, right? So everybody wants to get married and still remain married. Okay, so that's the what I want us to take out from here. That who is the one? I'm looking for the one. I have my to-do list. I have all I want in a man. I want, or all I want in a woman. I want a slim fit. I want fair. I want God-fearing. I want respectable. A woman that can submit to me. A man that can respect me. I love me. I want an educated man. I want this. All of us have. We are all unique. We all have our different list. What we want in a man. What we want in a woman. But as a man and as a woman, as an individual, like I said, those things that you want in your partner, are you the one? What do you have in you? What do you have in you that will attract the one? Because if you are looking for the one, you have to be the one to get attracted to each other, right? Yeah. Are you humble? Are you kind? If you are looking for a kind person, are you kind? If you are looking for a lovable person, are you lovable? All those things. And you have to prepare yourself to be the one. After this conversation today, if you feel that you are not the one, or I still have something that I'm lacking, or I still have to do this, you have to still go back and work on yourself. I know in our African setting of marriage, is always the man having the money, going to a poor family and picking up a girl or something. It's like, I would say, it's not really, let me say just like 50%. It happens that way, right? And you as a young girl going into this marriage, as I'm talking to you today, a young man, as I'm talking to you today, I want you to prepare yourself for the future. My marriage will work, my marriage will work, my marriage will work, we all see all over internet, all over social media. If you don't put in the work, that marriage is not going to work. If you don't have a stable financial background, that marriage, you will have problem. And it can lead to something else. Sheila talked about finances. You talk about your finances. You talk about your businesses. Are we going to start a business? Am I going to start a business? My husband is working. I'm not working. How do I contribute? How do I not really contribute? How do I make myself relevant? How do I be fulfilled? Because you're not just getting married and having children. There are some things that you want in life. Your life mission, your vision in life is not just getting married and having kids and having a family. What are your vision in life? Secure that and write it somewhere and stay true with that and go through with that. Marriage, like we always say, marriage magnifies problems, issues. So if you are having, if you don't have any financial stability as a young girl or as a young man, marriage is not going to fix it. So that conversation you're supposed to have with your spouse is your finances. Some husband will not, some husband will tell their wife, I don't want you to work, stay at home, let me take the rest. But if both of you agree on that, okay, I am not going to work, okay, I will be the one bringing in the money, you will be the one to stay at home to take care of kids, and you have that conversation and continue the conversation. Okay, when we are done with kids, what else? Right? When we are done with how many kids we want and I'm done giving birth, what next? This is a continuous conversation. All right? So if he said, oh, don't work, stay at home, that's okay if that is what you guys agreed on. But let both of you stay true to that. Because I know that when responsibility comes, it might be overwhelming to one person and irritability comes in, nagging comes in. Right? So it's very important to discuss that finance. Who is working, who is not working? Are we both going to work? If we are both going to work, how do we do are we going to open a joint account? How do we do our spending? Who is going to do this? Who is going to do that? Don't neglect that. I beg you in the name of God, do not neglect this conversation. It's very important. Like Sheila said, for some young girls that what they are after is who will take care of me, buy me hair, buy me this, buy me that. That guy might be doing it at the talking stage. He might be doing everything at the talking stage. That is not going to continue when you guys get married. And it becomes a problem for you because he's no longer being able to fulfill all those your material things. It becomes a problem for you. It becomes a problem for him because when you keep demanding, all good things are, your man are things are still coming out. Good things are coming out. All right, so that is a very important conversation you're supposed to have. That finance account. Are we going to have a separate account? Or are we going to run a joint account? Are we starting a business? What kind of business are we going to start? Who is going to manage the business? Am I working? Are you working? If both of us are working, how do we manage the family? How do we manage this? How do we do this? The house chores. And the conversation continues. We talk about sex. That's another important topic that people run away from. Young girls, young boys, we run away from talking about sex. Is important. And the conversation continues. Some people have high libido. Why some girls have like normal. Some women have normal, some others have high. Are you sexually compatible? We talk about sex. What do you like? What do you want? How do you want it? What is it? How is it going to be? And as you enter the marriage proper and begin to do the proper, do your thing, you continue the conversation. Oh, I don't want it this way. Do it this way. I want it this way. Is an important open communication is important. Open communication is very important. Just swallow it. Don't be shy to talk about your sex life. Don't be shy. Don't ignore it. It's important to you because this is a lifelong relationship. You're going to stay there. There will be a time where you keep bottling it up, keeping it to yourself, and you will explode. It's very important. It's your husband, it's your wife. It's very important to continue the conversation. So talk about that, your sex life, sexual orientations, fantasies, all those things. Right? Is he bisexual? You understand what I mean? Talk about everything. It's important to talk about everything. Right? And as you are talking about everything, when the proper marriage commences, you continue the conversation and continue to practice. Marriage is a school. We learn every day. I am not perfect. Nobody is perfect in marriage. That you are 100 years in marriage does not mean your marriage is perfect. We learn every day. I haven't seen a marriage that, oh, you have graduated, take your certificate. This is your trophy of a good marriage. No. Every marriage has issue. We all are struggling. Just like we are struggling in life, as we are struggling in raising our kids, because nobody has been a parent before. We haven't been a parent before. We are learning on the job. As a married couple, you are learning on the job. You keep learning and keep adjusting and keep improving. As long as you are intentional, as long as both of you are in it together. All right, so the next one is in-laws. We talk about our in-laws. You talk about who is going to stay with you, are they coming, your mother-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-laws. But because when the two family comes together, you are now one. It's now one family, right? You don't discriminate when your brother-in-law comes from your husband's side. Your face changes, or you begin to make faces, or you begin to give attitude. But when your family comes, it's okay for your family come as a wife. But when your husband's family comes, it's a problem. Those are the things you talk about. You accept everybody. You accept your in-laws. You accept your mother-in-laws, your father-in-laws, and everybody, because you guys are now one family. She's now your mother. He's now your father. All right. Then we talk about where to live. Important conversations. Where to live? Where are we going to stay? Your husband is in UK or US or anywhere abroad. You are in Nigeria or you are in Africa, right? And he's coming to marry you. Where are we going to stay? Are we going to stay back in Africa? Am I joining you? Is an important conversation, because some young girls will say, we'll not talk about it when the time comes, we'll cross the bridge. No, because when the time comes, the guy will tell you, stay back in Africa while I stay where I am, or stay where you are, I stay where I am. It becomes a problem. You cannot endure it forever. There will be a time where you get tired and you will say, I'm out, because he's not, you guys didn't have that conversation. So if he is outside Nigeria or outside Africa, you guys should discuss where you're going to stay. Am I joining you later? How many years? How do I join you? When? And as the marriage commences, you begin to work towards coming together. Distance marriage is not easy. It's not. We don't recommend distance relationship. It's bad. Distance relationship is bad. Me, I can't do distance relationship, and I cannot encourage it. People are doing it, but it's bad. Even if circumstances made you guys to separate and stay apart from each other, work towards coming back, because you are family. Families are meant to stay together. Yeah, we understand that issues can come around and you guys are separate due to work, due to anything, job or something. You make plans on coming together as family. All right? That's number 2. That's number 4, where to live. The next one, okay, location. The next one is your religion, like Sheila said. Have that conversation. I am a Muslim, you are a Christian. How do we do it? The children, are they going to be Muslims? Are they going to be Christians? I'm a Catholic, you're an Anglican. How do we do it? Am I going to attend your church? How do we do it? Have that conversation and stay true to that conversation. As long as both of you agreed on that conversation, that stands. No mother-in-law, no father-in-law, no sister-in-law, no brother-in-law can change what you guys have agreed on doing. Because that is where the problems, that is why I said set boundaries on mother or on in-laws. Know when to allow them in your conversations. All right. So if you agreed, we have different religion. I'm a traditional, I'm a pagan. You are a Christian, and my religion allows me to marry more than one wife. As a Christian, are you okay with that? Are you okay with your husband having multiple wives? That is the conversation you must have. Must have. So that at the end of the day, if you guys begin to go contrary to your initial conversation, you will be able to call each other back to the status quo. So you are a pagan, I'm a Christian, because that is now what is hovering around us back in Africa, in Nigeria right now. They will tell you, I'm a traditional man, I'm a man, and I'm an African man, I'm entitled to marry as many as I. It's not true. But when you travel to another man's Western world, you become a humble husband, and you become you are no longer an African man that is entitled to marry many wives. But when you are back home, you are entitled to marry. It's not true. Remember, I said in my other video, there is difference between omenani, tradition, and religion. Omenani is not paganism is not omenani, tradition. Paganism is a religion on its own. Those that worship idols, they believe in many wives. Those that the paganists, is a religion on its own. So if you are saying that an African man is entitled to many wives, it's not true, because not many African tradition men those days married many wives. Most of them don't marry men; they married one. But now we are hearing that's. I'm telling you, these are the conversations you have to have with your to-be spouse. Now everybody is saying I'm an African man. It's not true. An African man is not it's not a culture. It's paganism culture. Paganism culture, Muslim culture allows them to marry as many wives as possible. So paganism is not our tradition as Africans. Okay? So discuss this. Is a very important conversation you must have, so that tomorrow your husband will not come and tell you I'm entitled to many wives. He will not even tell you, and he will go ahead with the whole stuff. So have this conversation, so that when it comes, when that day of reckoning comes, both of you will be able to know where you started. The next one is your social life. Introvert and all those things. You are an outgoing person, your husband is an indoor person, or your husband to be is an indoor person, he doesn't like socializing. Talk about that. You are a club girl, a club man, you like mingling with friends, you smoke with friends, you go out to travel with friends, all those things, go to different countries and different parts of cities with friends, and you have somebody that is attached to you. Those are the conversations you have to have. Are you going to adjust? What are we going to do about that? Okay, because you can't leave your husband at home and you'll be partying around and following girls to different cities and be partying. I know it's all girls time out is important in some ladies, yeah, but now you know you are a married man, you are a married woman, you don't leave your husband or wife at home to go partying with friends and go to another city and all those things. Now you have responsibility. So these are the things you talk about. These are the things you talk about. You talk about tradition, like I said. You talk about, very important. I want to emphasize more on that. Some people's tradition does not allow them to like some people in Africa, I know, they have to take the woman to their deity and do some stuff with their deity so that the woman cannot have another cannot go outside. Infidelity, let me put it there. Cheating, infidelity, so that the woman cannot cheat while the man is free, right? While the man is free to do whatever. Are you okay with such? Before you marry, before you go into any community to get married to them, because you are marrying a community, you're not marrying that man alone. If you want to go into that community, ask about them, have that conversation. What are their traditions? What are their traditions about women, about widows? Some tradition, after the man died, they will take everything away from the woman. No, the woman will go empty-handed. Some tradition, if you cheat on your husband, the deity will visit you and do whatever they will. Are you okay? If you are okay with those traditions, then you go ahead. Those are the conversation you must have. Those are the conversation you must have. All right? So I think those conversations are compulsory. We are sometimes, when we are in this single stage, right, we are carried away with love. No, just leave it alone. Don't leave it. Don't leave that conversation. It's compulsory. It's compulsory. As things are changing in the world, as we are evolving, we have to go with what is happening, right? We have to go with what is happening around us, because a lot of things have happened in the past that people are now trying to, begin the conversation now. So for us to be not to how do I put it? For you not to be shocked, or for you not to be shocked in the future, or taken up by surprise in the future, you have to have those conversations, especially that tradition of a thing, especially the polygamy of a thing, paganism of a thing. I always say paganism is not tradition. Paganism is a separate religion on its own. People that worship idols, people that worship their forefathers and all those things, people that do all those things, that's a religion on its own, just like Christianity, just like Muslim, just like Hindus. All right? So if those are what you want to, those traditions, have that conversation. All right? And that open communication is important. Just don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't say, oh, this is what I want. I'm okay with it. I'm okay. If you're not okay with that, please adjust. Do something about it. All right? And remember, as you are choosing the one, be the one. Be the one. As a young man, as a young woman, let your parents be your role model. Okay? If you come from a very good home, let your parents' marriage be your role model if they really portrayed a good marriage. But if they don't, you can as well console yourself by running to God. And if you're a Christian, you run to God, you run to Christ and seek solace, and let the word of God guide you through in your marriage, in your choices. Okay? And pray about it. Pray about it. Men will say they don't need to pray about, it's only women that pray. It's not true. Whatever you want to do in life, commit it to pray. If pray to your Allah, pray to your deity, pray to Christ, pray to whatever you believe in. All right? Pray. Prayer is important. Pray about it. Let God guide you. Some people really know when God is talking to them. Some people have that idea when God wants to talk to them. All right? So if you are not the one, prepare yourself to be the one, to be that marriageable person, to be that important person, to be that good partner. You want a good partner. You want a submissive partner. You want a respected. Be that person. Okay? Be that person. If you want peace, give peace. Whatever you put in, that is what you will take out. You can't just put in hatred and take out love. You can't take out resentment and you can't put in resentment and take kindness and take compassion. All right? So I think I want to go back to Sheila. Sheila, I want to thank you so much. I love you for coming to us to talk to us about your knowledge and everything that you've said. I appreciate you. And also my viewers, thank you. I believe that someone somewhere out there will listen to this video and it's going to change someone's life. All right? is going to change someone's life. May God bless you as we continue to make our good choices, and every choices we make have consequences. So when the consequences comes, don't run away from it. Accept it, and life goes on. Thank you so much. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye for now. And I believe that God will give us inspiration to keep talking about marriage, to keep talking about relationship, because if our family is healthy, if the family is healthy and good, the world will be healthy. We'll have no more. We'll have less hatred, less meanness in the world. All right. All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.